Here at ABC News Live, we've been tracking each development, twist, and turn of this trial as it happens. For more, let's bring in ABC's Alex Prochet, who's live outside the courthouse in Georgia. So, Alex, you've been with us all day. What were your top takeaways today?
Well, I think the first is Ahmaud Arbery's parents being inside the courtroom for a vast majority of today's proceedings. His mother, Wanda Cooper Jones, who was in the courtroom during the prosecution's opening argument where they played that video. It was her first time seeing that video in its entirety. And then again, she stuck around in the afternoon as the prosecution called its first witness, Officer Duggan, who had that body camera footage, that never before seen body camera footage, incredibly graphic. We got some pool notes saying that throughout that testimony, she had her hands, her head in her hands. She was sobbing. Someone brought her a Kleenex. So obviously a very emotional day for her and also Ahmaud Arbery's father, who was in the courtroom for much of the day. There were points in time where he actually left during some of these video showings and during some of this testimony. But I think that's the first thing. And I think the other thing that struck out was the dueling narratives, right? I mean, we heard the prosecution lay out in their opening argument that this was a case about assumptions and driveway decisions that were unfair and ultimately led to the death of Ahmaud Arbery. And she laid out through those 95 minutes why she believed that that is the case. And then you heard the competing narrative with that from the attorneys for both the father and son there, Gregory and Travis McMichael, saying essentially that they were afraid for their life and that they had issues of fear in that neighborhood.
And again, you know, words matter in this case. In that opening statement, defense attorneys referred to Ahmaud Arbery as intruder, plundering, lurking around. You mentioned those narratives there, but much different tone from the prosecutors there. We just called him a looky-loo when he was inside that construction site. Alex, again, you mentioned it was a busy and emotional day for day one. What should we expect when court resumes on Monday?
Well, I think more of this, right? So we expect there to be a continued cross, or at least the other defense attorneys to have the opportunity to continue to cross-examine Officer Duggan, and then potentially a redirect there. But again, I mean, you heard the judge's instructions going into this weekend to steer clear from anyone trying to engage in conversation about this or any news articles. This is a small town. It's the talk of the town. So I imagine that fresh off the weekend, there's going to be renewed energy. And also, if my memory serves me correctly, we're not expecting the same amount of rain that we've had today. So it is potential that you'd actually see more people congregated outside the courtroom as well. And that's only going to fuel the energy going into this trial going forward.
You mentioned it was a small town. We know that it took a lot to get the jury we have today because, again, it's a small town. People know of this story. Many of them knew the defendants, too, in that jury pool. Alex Prochet, you've done an incredible job there on the ground for day one. We appreciate your help today. Thank you, sir.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.